Hello and welcome back to another Grumpy review, and today I am very excited because I've got the chance to do an in-depth review of the MTC SWAT Prismatic telescopic sight, which we mentioned briefly when I was testing the Virite bullpup, but now we're going to have a really good look at this, and I'm delighted because I think that this is an absolute gem of a piece of kit. Small, light, it's fixed power, 12 by 50. There is a smaller sibling to this, which is 10 by 30. It is extremely well made, even down to small minor details like this front lens cover. It's stage adjustable. You can use it, you know, if you've got a bit of sunshade coming in from the top there, fully closed, half, and it locks in positive steps. There's no slop or slack in it whatsoever at all. Really well made. And it's these little things that start to impress you before you even take a good look at anything. At the back is a really nice little rubber eye cup that goes over the small rear lens. Now, the thing to note is that this says recoilless only, and we'll come on to that in a minute. But that unplugs, is retained by a nice strong strap. And this folds back, this rubber eye cup folds back, so that you can adjust the ocular lens there. Why is it so small? Well, it's fixed power, so you don't have a multitude of lenses to enable you to zoom in and out and increase or decrease your magnification. And it's prismatic. What does that mean? The light comes in through the objective lens, is bounced around inside here by mirrors and prisms and things like that. Now, I can get as technical as you want about that, I really can. It works very much like a DSLR or SLR camera, of which I know a fair bit. So I can really get technical with you if you want to ask questions. And so that keeps it a lot shorter. The thing is though, that you have to look at this right close up. It is zero eye relief, and what a treat you're in for. Absolutely edge to edge, top to bottom, side to side, perfectly clear, sharp image. Bringing your head forward like that and making sure it's against that must increase accuracy, because even the best of us, when we've got a normal telescopic sight here and we're down on the cheek piece, the slightest movement and you're getting parallax errors and loads of things going wrong. With this though, there you are locked in place, and that should aid your accuracy. The thing is though, you can't, as it said on here, mount it on a recoiling rifle. Otherwise, when the rifle goes off, even a Springer, this will come back and cause you some pain, at least bruising. You'd have a nice black eye. I really wouldn't advise it, and I would think that putting it on a recoiling rifle, especially something like a heavy recoiling centerfire rifle, would break it in no time. Getting back to the rest of the adjustments though, the turrets are resettable and fully adjustable. To adjust the turrets, pull up, pull out. One on the side here as normal for windage, and one on the top for elevation, up and down. We're going to come to that because there's an ingenious little device with this. Once you've got it where you want and your zero set, just push them back in. Now, looking at this, and I'm a typical man, I haven't read the instructions on this yet at all, but there's Allen headed screws here, and I think that you could undo them once you've got zero, lift those off, relocate them, push them back down and tighten them in, much the same as the MTC Viper scope, which I've shown you before when we were explaining how to zero a telescopic sight. But the very best bit, is at the bottom here. This mount, the main mount, has got a slight curve to it. This means that because the rifle is so far back, you may run out of elevation. You may. Okay, it's not a definite. Don't start worrying, oh, I can't fit that, I'm going to run out of elevation. No, you're not. Okay, you slacken off these two socket headed screws here, and you can move this backwards and forwards along this curve, which will increase and decrease your minutes of angle. Therefore, it should be virtually impossible for you to run out of elevation or decrease the sight. You should be able to elevate and de-elevate dead easy. Not a problem. The mount or the scope can be fitted to Weaver Picatinny or standard 9 to 11mm rails. It's got a beautiful mounting system. It's well clamped in there. It looks absolutely superb. Everything screams quality. The reticle can be illuminated on the side here, and you can push that button in to switch it on. Yeah, and then you can keep pressing it to increase and decrease the brightness of the reticle. Right now, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 or even more. Crikey, it gets to be over bright. And now off. So plenty of stages of adjustment there. Index marks for your zeroing where you'd expect them on the barrel of the rifle. Oh, sorry, on the barrel of the scope. You really can't find fault with this. Well, I can't. Like I said, 12 by 50, made by MTC, which is a highly regarded company. Now, another nice thing to look at, and will intrigue you, is the box. It's good quality, but then again, at the price of this scope, you'd expect it to be. It comes fully loaded. All the Allen keys you'll ever need to make any adjustments, lens cleaning cloth, parallax marking, how to mark out your parallax, the user manual, and then inside here, this tray has a further 2 mounts, and maybe you can see on that that is slightly curved, to allow the scope to be altered to give you more or less elevation if the turrets don't give you what you need. There's that little short one, the medium one's fitted to it at the moment, and then you've got a longer one. Here you have the 2 little items, which absolutely genius the way this works. These, they have a locating lug underneath which goes into the Picatinny adjustment rail there, and then they click in like that and just screw onto a 9 to 11mm rail. Nothing to it. Simplicity itself and simple design is always the best design, and they're sprung loaded so you get plenty of tension with them. Now, we talked about parallax and adjustment. On a lot of scopes, and I'm sure you've all come across one or two, on the side focus wheel here, they often have distance marked in yards. Now, MTC, being absolute geniuses at what they do, thought, well, that's all very good, but your eyes, my eyes, anybody else's eyes, they're all different. So our points of focus are variable. So what is 30 yards to you, maybe 28 to me, maybe 32 to somebody else, and the chap further down the range might be 33, somebody else it might be 29. So what they do is they give you these little pre-marked strips, and what you do is, with the aid of a rangefinder or a tape measure, whatever way you want to do it, you measure your distance out, then set your focus to that. I would say suggested at, well, I will zero this at 30 yards, that's what I will do, and then I will put that on with the 30 mark dead on, and then just double check it at other ranges. So I will then know that I'm dead on at that range. The nice thing about fixed focus or fixed magnification, is the depth of field. It's pretty much like a telephoto lens on a camera. If you have a nice wide aperture, which this obviously has to let that amount of light in, when you focus on a given subject, everything in the background is nicely blurred out. And that's what happens with this. I'm here, I'm focusing through onto books in my study, and the door handle, which is just 3 or 4 feet in front of that, is quite nice. You can recognise what it is, but it's quite nicely blurred. But what I'm focusing at is absolutely pin sharp and crystal clear. I have my old service beret with the cat badge on, which is, yeah, I know it's perhaps 10-12 yards away, but it is absolutely sharp as a pin and crystal clear. No room for optical error there. Anybody who says they can't use this scope, well, less said the better. But it is absolutely terrific. That depth of field and that control should give you extremely accurate shooting. Now, there's a lot of people, and I hear a lot of talk about people telling me that they're head shooting rabbits at 60, 70, 80 yards. Fine. If they're happy with that and that's their capabilities, then fine. But a lot of you will know, and a lot of you very experienced hunters will know, that 30 to 40 yards is your optimum range for an air rifle. And it's also the optimum range for a humane kill. Yeah, you can do it at bigger distances, but this scope, zeroed at say 30 yards, and we'll find out a little bit later on, because I'm going to go and fit it to my Brocock Sniper HR. I've only got most of you have seen other reviews know that I've only got a 25 yard range here at the house, but I will be trying it at Range and Country Air Gun Club range at North Rawsby, perhaps tomorrow. But yeah, this will give you spot on supreme accuracy at 30 yards. There's no way it can't unless it's broken. If you can't get supreme accuracy with this at 30 yards, with that gorgeous, great, bright screen being right up to your eye, pack up and go home. Well, let's go and fit it to a rifle and let's see how we get on, shall we? Right, here we are outside. I've fitted the scope, as you can see, and you can see how far back it's had to come on the rifle. None the more for that. I've roughly zeroed it for 25 yards, so we're going to take a 5-shot group, and then we can go down and have a look at the target. We'll just reposition the camera so you can see the actual target and count the pellet strikes. Just one moment. Right, so you've seen the group I've just shot. I'm quite happy with that. One of the other thoughts that struck me about this scope is, for all you hunters out there, bringing this straight up to the shoulder and getting your eye on the scope straight away really does give you an instant access and lock on to your quarry. Really nice, absolutely excellent. Well, I suppose now the big question would be, would I buy one? Yes, I would, in a heartbeat. Got a couple of other scopes to get rid of first to help fund that, because the only fault I can find with this scope is, I think, at the thick end of £500. I think the box that I've got here from Range and Country, yeah, it's got £479 marked on the box, which is a stretch for a scope, but especially for an air rifle, I think. So a bit expensive. I think they could be much better priced, but there you go. yes, I'd buy one, yes, I like it, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. So it's cheerio from me, Grumpy. Look forward to doing another review. I think the next one's going to be the FX chronograph, so I look forward to doing that, and I hope you'll join me with that one. Bye for now.